Welcome back to Sister Secrets. Episode 4.
How are we on episode 4?
I know, it's
How
mad,
did we
isn't
make
it?
it this far? I thought you were going to to us.
So much fun. This episode is all about life, love, and balancing our personal life with owning a business.
Yeah, the mayhem.
The mayhem of it all. How do we do it?
Don't
one
know.
knows.
We don't even know. Honestly, we just wing our whole life.
Our swinging it. There's not one aspect of our life that we don't wing. We are not planners. We are not organisers. It's just dive straight in and close your eyes.
Yeah. In all aspects of our lives, whether it's business, personal, love life,
Yeah.
everything is just winged. Help. I love how, well, we're not giving advice, we're just talking about it, I suppose.
Yeah, let's just dive straight in.
Yeah.
So,
Tell us about your past relationship.
wow. So, I suppose we'll start with the juice. The
Yeah.
real
Oh,
juice first.
Okay.
Relationships
Yeah.
and owning a brand.
Mm.
I mean,
I haven't had that many relationships.
well, you were in a long-term relationship for
My
a
whole
long time.
life has just been a long-term relationship.
Yeah, that's
Like,
very true.
I've been in a relationship. Yeah, I've been in a relationship for more than I've been single.
That's mad.
Well, I was my first one was 5 years. So that was until I was 15 to 21.
Wow.
Wait, no,
That-
15 to 20. Sorry, that's 6 years.
It's most of your teenage life.
Yeah. And then I came out of that and I wanted to be single, but I fell into another one. Like I was never.
Whoops. Down I go. No pun intended.
For my second relationship, I wasn't looking for a relationship.
Second to ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
That's mad.
Well, when I was in school, I was seeing someone, but I wouldn't count I was in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really count him.
Yeah.
So then my second relationship, I wasn't looking for someone, but I obviously found someone and it just happened.
Yeah.
You know, and like when you love someone, that's just what happens.
Yeah, it just feels right.
Yeah. So then I went into another long-term relationship. And that one was 6 years?
Wow.
Was that 6
Mad.
years?
Why ask me? I don't know. Don't even know my own history. 6 years sounds about right.
So that was 11 years of my life. I've been in a relationship.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, they're really my only two.
And like,
But
how
now
did you
obviously-
find BiaBelle? Because BiaBelle started while you were in a relationship.
Yeah, BiaBelle started, while I was in my second relationship.
How did you find balancing that?
Do you know, like, BiaBelle, and still is, it's not like a job. It's just like our life.
Yeah,
So,
true.
like, it was more just getting to grips with a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Rather than making room for, like, a business.
But I think as well, because he was there from the get-go, he was like doing it all with you as
he was
well.
a part of it.
So it became his life naturally too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
So, like, it wasn't a thing of, like, adjusting. It was just, this is what it is, and now this is what we live like.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I was seeing another person after that. And then that's all. Mad.
Yeah.
What about you?
Where to begin? My dating history is wild, to say the least.
No, it's actually so funny now.
It's so funny now. Yeah,
It wasn't
at the time.
It wasn't so funny.
It wasn't so funny. But
Well, I think that's why Anto just does like all of our knight in shining
God
armor.
sent. It's like God had finished laughing at me
Yeah.
and said, right, I think I'll calm down on her now.
Yeah.
I'll send you an angel. Yeah, he put me through the ringer. But and then Anthony came along, and I mean,
Yeah. But what are you going to talk about your past ones?
well,
I think you do.
well, obviously, I don't know.
Who was your first one was a long term? A long distance. You've all your ones have
Okay,
been
yeah.
long distance.
I've had a lot of
To
long
me,
distance relationships.
yeah.
To me. Yeah, I've had a lot of long distance relationships. So
Your first one was what?
down the country, who we met
Yeah.
at the Gael Talked.
Yeah.
And is actually where I got Missy from, our old dog.
Oh my god.
So Missy was like the family dog, but obviously she was kind of more mine, I
Yeah,
suppose.
definitely.
And yeah, Missy that's how we found her. She was wandering the streets down there. He had a dog at the time, and she was only a little puppy, so she would go into the garden and play with his dog. And his mum went around to like the vets, the kennels,
Oh, so
being like,
sweet.
does anyone own this dog? No one claimed her. So I rang
Or
mum and dad.
Missy.
And at first they said no, but then like the next day
They're
they were
such
like,
softies,
yeah.
aren't they, mum and dad?
yeah, the next day they were like, okay.
Like
So
they
my-
take anyone in, don't they? Literally, they took in a French exchange student before as well, didn't they?
Yeah, she wasn't an exchange student.
No,
Oh,
she was
maybe
just,
she was a
she was just
student.
living here.
Maybe she was just living here.
Sean basically was like, my friend doesn't have anywhere to stay. And then
He
they were
worked
like,
with her at the time in the bar.
yeah, and he brought her home. He was like, she doesn't have anywhere to stay. So they just took her in
Yeah.
for 6 months or something.
This is like 2 years ago.
Yeah, this was recently. Like,
Yeah, she was an angel.
yeah, she was so nice.
But anyway, so that's where Missy came from, down the country. She's a country girl.
Country girl.
And then, yeah, I think I was in that relationship for like 2 years. I was so
was it
young.
too? It's a long time though. For like,
Yeah.
you were
14
You were 14.
to 16.
Like, you used to get the bus, didn't you? Down to him.
down the country. Yeah, mad thinking back. Like the bus or the train. If I got the train, it was a real luxury. Like, oh, getting
Really?
the train.
Such a commute. Did he ever come up to us? No.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, of course. His
I don't
first
really
time
remember
coming
him.
to Dublin, he snuck down.
No.
He told his
way.
mum he was going to training or something, and little did she know he was getting the train to Dublin.
I'm off, ma. Yeah. See you later.
So funny, we spent the day together, and then he got the train home. Like 14 years old, babies.
I think I remember that.
Do you?
It rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. Then I had another relationship.
So that ended, how old were you?
I think I just turned 16. Yeah.
Was it sad? Or was it like, I'm
No,
done
it
here?
was sad. We
Was it?
had a great relationship. We just
Yeah.
laughed all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you had, at least you had one good ex. We've won in the bag. Next one.
The next one I was about 17. But that was very much, I think, just for fun.
God, he was your second.
Yeah. Well, like
Well, that relationship was kind of funny.
Country Boy wasn't my first.
Oh.
I got with someone when I was
Wasn't
like
your first rodeo, was it?
No, I got with someone when I was like 13. And we were like holding hands and like, you know, we were
She was
so
at it
innocent.
from a young age.
I was innocent, like Jesus, 13. So yeah, it was all very innocent. But yeah, he ended up cheating on me.
Yeah, my first boyfriend cheated on me as well.
Yeah. Bastards.
Men. Fuck's sake. God, they're all at it, aren't they? Like fucking wild animals.
But
Getting cheated on sucks ass.
yeah.
Doesn't it?
Oh, it's horrific. Horrific.
I'm so thankful it hasn't happened in my adult life. Like, I was so young then. I didn't really give a shit.
Count your blessings. Yeah.
I'll never, ever forget you walking into the sitting room and me sitting on the couch and you just saying, blah, 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 is gone. And I was
really?
literally like,
I
what?
don't actually remember that.
Do you not?
No.
And we were both. I was consoling you, but crying as well. I'm not very good in them situations, am I? Way too emotional.
But like
I'll
that was
never
grand. I
forget
mean, he
that
was from
moment.
California. It was never going to last. I mean, we were
No.
quite young. We was only
It's
21.
actually hilarious you thought it would.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's so...
Just fly back and forth to California. It's fine. But I think I loved that. I loved having my own space and then also having that boyfriend there as well.
Yeah. You do really like that, don't you?
Clearly. Then I had another boyfriend, and that was just love bomb
Where are we
central.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
bad.
it only lasted about 2 months, but it's the most traumatic experience I've ever had in my life. I mean, it could be a book. What happened?
It's just hilarious.
Yeah, so funny to look back on now.
It's so funny. That's the only love bombing you've ever got.
Yeah, no, I had another one as well.
Oh, did you?
But
Of course you did.
but anyway, that was traumatic. He basically lived a double life. Told me like he
Literally.
lived this. He was this person, and actually he was this person.
He was a completely different person to what he had made
Portrayed,
himself out to be.
Yeah.
He made a persona of a person that he believed or wanted to be.
Yeah.
And that's who he portrayed to you.
And it just wasn't the case.
Like, it's actually...
Which is unfortunate because I'd say he is a nice guy.
Yeah. And
But it's just...
It's so sad.
It is sad. And like I do wish him all the best. But yeah, that was...
It's
how it all went down was just mad.
It's so sad to think that like...
he had to do that.
That he had to do that. He didn't think you would love him for himself. So he tried to be someone else.
Maybe, yeah. You just never know. Never know. Anyway, that's that. That's about as much as I'll say on that one.
Yeah, we can't really dive into that one.
No.
Anyway, it was traumatic to say the least.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that time either when you called me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was in Howth. It took me about an hour to get out there. It was like a sunny day. Next of all, I get a call from Aoibh. She's crying on the phone. Well, a 180. I did.
And your poor friends in the car.
Yeah, I had all my friends with me. I was like, we're all going. Went about 200 kilometres down the M50. I was like fucking Tokyo Drift trying to get to her.
Anyways, then the next one, also long distance, that I think was just...
Oh my God, I forgot about him.
Yeah, it was very much just a case of I just loved going abroad, I think. I just loved that.
That was very bad, that one.
Yeah. I look back and I'm like, I was in such a low place in my life that I think it was almost like a form of self-harm that I stayed in it.
Yeah.
Like that's how I look at that relationship sometimes.
I think... which is also the case with the guy that I was seeing. You get addicted to like the highs and the lows.
Yeah, and that was very much the case.
Yeah, and that's trauma.
Yeah,
that's trauma. And like it's so exhilarating when you get that high, but also to like, because you come from such a low place to go so high up. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But it's not fun. Like
it's not. When you're in that low, it's not.
No.
But when you're in the high and they're like love bombing you to the max, you're like, oh my God,
I'm so wanted. But
yeah,
like,
this person's amazing.
No.
And they're not. Anyway, I quickly snapped out of that, thank God.
Yeah.
And like I just wasn't myself in that relationship at all.
No,
like
you had become a different person.
Yeah.
Like I was scared.
Yeah. I don't like myself how I was then.
Yeah, I remember when we were on holidays and he was there and I was like looking at like a different person. Like, and like I remember, remember I was having panic attacks just looking at you. Because, you know, with me, like if I can't deal with something, and because I'm always so like stressed and overwhelmed because obviously I suffer with anxiety. God, I feel like I'm going to cry.
Oh, wow. Oh, Bonnet. Oh, it's okay. I'm okay now. Anthony's here.
Thank God. Just thinking about you at that time is just so sad.
Aww.
And when I think about that holiday, it just makes me so sad thinking of like, because I knew you were struggling so much.
No, it's okay. How am I not crying?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why am I crying for you? It's just that I just always remember the feeling on that holiday.
Yeah.
Of like, where is my sister gone?
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty rough. Anyways, then
now you know why Anto is such a saint.
Yeah. Enter Anto.
Yeah.
Oh, we tell the story of how we met.
Yeah.
That was a fun story. So I was having a sleepover in my old house with my best friend Emma, and we were literally in our PJs, doing our skincare, having a glass of wine. Next thing, Blana texted saying...
So I was actually in a fight with the fella that I was with at that time.
Oh, I don't remember that. Were you?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, like we weren't in a good place.
Okay.
So I was like, because I was obviously extremely toxic. I was like, fuck him, I'm going out.
Yeah.
So that's why I came to you.
Yeah.
So when I was in your sitting room with you, it was like, that's what me and Emma were in such a deep conversation about. So I was telling her all about it, which you already knew. So like,
okay. That's where my memory fails me yet again. But Blana was like, can you come over? I was like, absolutely. Blana came down.
Yeah.
Then next thing, my housemate came in, and well, the wine started flowing.
Oh yeah.
The tune started.
We were all in our
blaring.
pajamas.
Yeah, just cozy.
Yeah,
and
cozy
then,
vibes.
Yeah, so we were just having the best time ever.
Yeah.
And I think it got to about 11:30, 12, and we said we want to go into town.
Yeah.
We're like, we want to dance.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're better than coppers.
Yeah.
So we literally threw on t-shirts, threw our hair
T-shirts,
up,
baggy t-shirts,
runners.
Yeah. No, I had no makeup on.
I think my housemate had sliders on. Like we were just literally going to dance.
Yeah.
Full on dance.
Yeah.
Got
Forget
there.
our problems.
Yeah, and I think there was we danced for a couple hours.
Yeah,
and
we
it was
had
so
the
much
best
fun.
time.
Yeah. And then come the end of the night, I ran into Anto. We crossed paths somehow. I don't really remember. And
yeah, basically we were all dancing and I was like, where the hell is Aoibh? But she kind of does that on nights out. She'll kind of go for a wander, make friends or whatever.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't that big of a deal. I was like, oh, she'll wander back. And then the coppers ended.
Oh yes.
So then I was like, right, where is Aoibh? And then next of all, she walks through the doors with this man in her hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? And she was like, this is Anthony. I was like, hi, Anto. Yes, we were like, let's go back to Aoibh to have a few drinks. Anto, do you want to come back?
Mm-hmm.
So
and you did.
So he did. So you got a taxi with him. And me,
Yes.
Emma and Claudia got a taxi on our own.
Yeah. And we went back anyways, and we were literally playing oh my, what's her name? Anastasia. And he knew all the words, and so
that's
just
like
great crack.
That's like our family song.
Yeah.
You know, and our dad's song. So when we were playing it, he was like, I'm out of love. Set me free. We were like, oh my God.
You know this song.
You know this song. Like we were mighty impressed.
Yeah.
And he kept saying that night, I want to take you on a proper date.
Yeah.
I don't want this to like be a random thing. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
He kept saying,
really
I really want to take you on a proper date.
Yeah. Anyway, night ended and he left and we woke up and I was literally like to the girls, what was he like? Because I actually didn't really remember.
She didn't remember because obviously Aoibh's memory is just like so bad. So I was like, he is...
Throw a drink on top of that. Like,
yeah. I was like, he is so your type. Like he's so good looking. He's such a man. He has that like manly, cavely.
Caveman-y.
You know, he's just very manly.
Sounds like a designer. Caveman-y.
So I was like, you have to go on a date with him. Like you'll really like. I was literally like, I feel like you'll really like this guy.
Yeah.
This guy, wasn't I?
Yeah. These are all bigging him up
Yeah.
so much. Like he's so tall, he's so handsome. Yeah. And I went onto his Instagram.
He had no pictures.
He texted me like the next day, and I was like, oh my God, he texted. And basically his first message was like talking about going on a date, and I was like, oh my God. And yeah, he had no pictures on his Instagram. Yeah, I was like, oh, red flag.
Yeah, you were like red flag.
Yeah, and I couldn't really see his profile that well. So I was so unsure. I was like, I don't know what this guy looks like. So it's basically a blind date.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
We talked for ages and then went on the date, and we just had the best time ever.
Yeah.
We went to the rag trader for drinks.
No, you remember he told you where you were going and you went in the day before or something to scope it out?
I was like, I need to know what the lighting is like, where we're going to be sitting.
You know, when you go on a date and like you've never been there before.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. What if I need to go to the toilet? Do I have to ask someone? Yeah. I won't know where to go.
Yeah. What about when you walk in? Do you know where to go?
Yeah.
Is he going to like say...
Yeah. My big thing was the lighting.
Like, yeah.
I was like, it's going to be mad bright and like awkward.
Or, do you know, when you go on a date and like everyone's sitting so close to you and it's like everyone can fucking hear what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, I hate that. I'm acting like I go on loads of dates and I never go
Well,
on
that
dates.
was the thing. Like, I never
Yeah,
go on dates. That's
neither
why I
of
was
us
so
do, don't we?
nervous. No. And I went on the date, but I also set up a close friends specifically
Oh,
just for
yeah.
my girlfriends. And I literally
She updated us throughout the night.
even the day when I was getting ready,
Yeah.
they were like telling me what outfits to wear.
It was so fun. If anybody ever does go on a date, you should definitely do that with your girlfriends.
Yeah. It helps the nerves.
It helps the
Yeah.
nerves because it's exciting to update them, and it's just like so fun.
Yeah.
Emma did it before, and I did it.
Oh,
I went on a date with someone. It was like a secret date, and I flew to Amsterdam. Remember that?
Yes.
It was like
oh my
a secret
God.
one. Like I didn't want anyone to know. So I flew to Amsterdam. I went to Chris Brown. He was like working backstage at the Chris Brown concert.
Oh yeah.
So I was like backstage with him. It was so funny. And I was like updating them all like in the airport. Okay, I'm in the airport now.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. That was such a fun date.
It's just mad to think back on, isn't it?
Oh, so mad.
Yeah.
Like I actually can't believe I did that. Was I okay? Definitely not. But go on anyway.
Anyway,
Date.
yes, I went in and he was sitting at the bar, and my first thought was,
Was he?
"Oh no, yeah."
Did he stand up? That's also awkward, isn't it? When you first see
Well,
them.
it was just because he was at the bar. My first thought was the bartender's going to be listening to this, like these two people on a first date. I was like, just overthinking everything.
Oh, but you do.
Yeah.
Did you have a drink before you went in?
God, yes. Absolutely.
I remember telling you don't drink too much.
No. But I think I had like, I'd say maybe 2 glasses of wine before I went in.
Something to get you
Calm
jolly.
the nerves and yeah. And well, yeah, no, the second I walked in, I think it was his eyes because they're so blue. I was just like,
I remember you texting like, he's so much hotter than I remember.
and he was so tall.
And you were like, he likes Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter.
That describes them both.
Yeah. But he was just so interesting. Like, there was never a dry patch of conversation. It was just always flowing. And he kind of took charge and stuff. And I just was like,
That's the best when they take charge.
Yeah.
Rawr, Daddy.
literally, I was like, wow. So, yeah. And then we just really hit it off.
Did you go for food?
Our first date, no, I don't like going for food.
No.
I was like, I don't want to be like eating. I
Yeah.
just want to be relaxed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just drinks, and then we went to the Hairy Lemon, and yeah, just had a great night. It was brilliant, so much fun. And now here we are living together with a puppy.
Yeah, puppy.
We just got a puppy on Sunday. What day is today? Thursday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, like 4 days ago. Mad. Our little Mila.
Mad how things just escalate, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I will talk about Mila, but is there any other relationships or friendships that have been affected because of BiaBelle or Caldora?
No, I think my first one ended because we were just so young. Like, I got with him when I was 15. So that we were different people by the time I was 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like nothing, like I have all the like...
And that's the thing with relationships. You just grow
Yeah,
apart sometimes.
And it's you just have to realise that and say, okay,
Yeah.
like let's call it a day.
Yeah.
And that's just what happened. But like we remained...
You are very strong like that, though.
Yeah.
You are able to just say,
I'm done.
this isn't working.
Yeah.
I have to move on.
Yeah. Which is a blessing and a curse because I do that now if I'm ever, if I'm seeing someone now and if we fight, I'm just like, I'm done here.
Yeah.
Which that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I have to calm you down sometimes.
Yeah. And that's what I'm learning now because obviously my last relationship, which wasn't really a relationship, was so bad that I learned so many toxic traits. Like so many.
Yeah.
So now when I'm seeing someone, it's like I'm trying to unlearn all them things because I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I want to be better.
100%. You need to do it for yourself and for your relationships.
Yeah. And like it's the thing that I really struggle with now is like communication. Which obviously you always say like that's so important.
Yeah.
I find it so hard to like tell someone like if I don't feel okay or...
And it makes it easier when you find a man who's a man.
I know.
Because then they're talking about like, tell me what's wrong, And
yeah.
I think you might have found someone like that. He's a real man.
He's a man.
He's a man, swear.
But yeah, he is like, you need to like tell me that, like, if you're not feeling okay, he's like, how am I meant to just guess your emotions or understand your emotions if you don't express them to me? Like, so but like for me, I'm just like, because in my past relationship, which obviously isn't my long-term one, don't want anyone to get confused, it was like it was just nobody even knew about it. It was just like a little fling, I suppose. But anyway, that's the one I learned so many toxic traits from or whatever.
I think we could write a book on toxicity now.
Oh God, yeah. But like in that, whenever like I was, if I ever felt down, I was like, I basically like always felt like I couldn't express that. Like if I was sad or any bad emotions, I just learned to keep them to myself. And I think that was a way of like protecting myself, because like if I expressed them and if I expressed bad emotions, say you're said person, if I expressed them to you and you didn't take care of them, which they weren't really looked after, then I felt even worse. So it was a way then of protecting myself, where like I'll keep them to myself, because I can only self-soothe. Like I know how to take care of my emotions, but no one else does. So that's how I learned to like protect myself. So now what I do when I don't feel okay is I keep it in, but then obviously it affects all parts of your life, especially if you're seeing someone, because how are they meant to take care of you and look after you when they don't know what's going on?
And it's such an obvious thing, isn't it? How are they supposed to know? It's like, well, they should know. Like, no. That's when you need to like
it's just so hard. So hard.
It is hard.
Because it's like letting go of a part of yourself. And like
letting that other person in.
Because it's a part where like you obviously feel so vulnerable. And it's like letting someone in, like they could hurt you, even though you know they won't. It's just, what if they do? And then you're hurt again. But it is a part that like I do need to just learn to let go of, and learn to like, other people can help.
Stay away from boys. Get yourself a man.
It's the men that they're just like, you want to take care of me? Okay.
I love that with me and Anthony as well, that we're so alike, but so different. Like he's a scientist. Do you know what I mean?
You're like a scientist.
There's no science going on up here. We're so opposite, but then so similar. And
but he's big on communication as well, isn't he?
Oh, big time.
And it's so good. It's like when I look at it, I'm like, that's exactly what I want to be like.
All that trust, jealousy, insecurity, all those things that would be big parts of relationships in the past are just non-existent. It's just like, well, you're my best friend. Apart from
I
you.
like you.
But so I think that would be
your number one tip. What would be your tip
on what? Relationships?
Just having a good, healthy relationship. What have you learned since being with Anto?
Communication is just screaming at me.
Really?
It's just, communication is
God
key.
damn it. It's the one thing I don't have.
And it's like, like as women as well, like, when we're on our period or we just have bad days and we're just...
I have my period as well. I think that's why I was just like...
Right now?
Yeah.
Me too.
Dude, stop. But like, obviously I didn't... didn't tell him that either, because I was like, anything that makes me feel weak, I don't say.
Oh yeah, well, that wall will start to crumble.
Little by little. It's like baby steps, isn't it? It's so hard to like unlearn things you've learned to like protect yourself. Isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Not anything bad, just mean protect yourself emotionally. You know. But anyway, back to Mila. You should have brought Mila over.
I know. Blana was saying that before we started. I was like, because she's 11
weeks.
She's still 11 weeks. And I didn't want her pooping and peeing in the apartment.
I wouldn't give a fuck. I literally would not care.
So anyway, I had to leave her at home with Anthony. So
is Anto at home?
Anto's at home now, yeah.
Is he on nights?
He's on night shifts, yeah. So it works perfectly. Like he literally leaves as I come home.
Oh,
so, perfect. So yeah, Mila is our new puppy. We got her in Dungarvan in Waterford, which is where our best friends are from.
Yeah.
Laura and Emma. Well, we're actually from Dublin, but moved there. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But Emma, my best friend, got this puppy, Seamus, because so Laura lives in Dungarvan.
Yeah.
So Laura's neighbour has a dog.
Yeah.
And she escaped the garden one day and went on a bit of a rampage with all the neighbour male dogs.
She started fucking them all.
Yeah. Wow. The dogs started fucking them. Fun fact. Did you know
You can get pregnant from that.
from fucking? Wow. I think that's episode 5. Fun fact. Did you know a litter of puppies can have multiple fathers?
Are you
Isn't that
sure about this fact?
100%.
What
Wild.
Really?
Yeah, wild. So she went around and had sex with about 3 of the dogs in the neighbourhood. No, she did.
I thought Ralph.
She went around and had sex with 3 male dogs.
Is Ralph
Listen.
Is Ralph a girl?
Someone help me.
I'm so confused.
Look,
No, Mila's mum.
right. You don't say anything and listen to the story, and then at the end, and then at the end, ask me questions, right?
Okay.
Right. So Laura's neighbour's dog escaped, went on the
Ralph.
rampage. No, stop asking me questions.
Wait,
right?
but I thought Laura's dog is Ralph.
Laura's dog is Ralph.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
So Laura's neighbour's dog escaped and went on a rampage.
Oh,
Went
sorry.
around, ended up having sex with 3 of the neighbourhood dogs.
Oh my God, what a
And
slut.
Absolute whore
So
bag.
your dog's mom's a hooer.
And she's a blatant whore. I know.
Like mother, like
men.
daughter.
Wow. Yeah, she ended up getting pregnant.
Oh, really? Sorry, go on.
By 3 of the male dogs and had a litter of puppies, and the puppies all have different dads. So
That's such a good story.
yeah, isn't it? But anyway, Emma decided to adopt one of these puppies. He's a gorgeous black dog, and his name is Seamus.
He's so cute.
So 3 of the dads, one is a black Labrador, I think, which is Seamus's dad. One is a golden retriever, which is my best friend's Laura's dog.
That's Laura's.
And the third dad is a Bernese mountain dog, which is my dog Mila's dad.
And what's the mom?
And the mom is a beagle mix. So
Oh.
I don't know what she's mixed with, but she's a
There's a whole lot
mutt
going
anyway.
on there.
Yeah. So when I seen Emma got Seamus, I was like, oh my God, that's adorable. Next thing, a couple of weeks later, Laura put up on a story being like, these pups still haven't been adopted yet. Is anyone interested? And I saw a picture of Mila and I was like, oh my God, her colourings are beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony had been
beautiful.
reaching out to Dogs and Angels, like different charities, looking at pups.
Foster.
No, to take.
Oh, sorry.
But the 2, so I got into about 2 pups, they were gone. I got on about another 2 pups. I was on hold for them. In the meantime, I was going down to see Mila. And me and Anto went down for his birthday trip to Waterford. And we went to see Mila on the Sunday and we just absolutely fell in love with her. We were like, this is our puppy. Like, she was just everything. So basically, she's a mix of a beagle mix and a Bernese mountain dog. So we have no idea how big she's going to get.
Yeah.
You know, she could be mid, she could be big.
Crazy.
Don't know.
She'll
But
probably like Missy's size.
maybe, yeah.
Because her paws aren't big.
That's what we're kind of hoping for. Because originally I was looking at Bernese mountain dogs because they're my absolute
Yeah, the
favorite.
Yeah, you love them.
I love them.
You always wanted one.
Yeah, always. But they are quite big and they shed a lot. They're a lot to handle. So I don't think we were quite ready for that. And then hearing about Mila's mom and dad, I was like, this is meant to be.
Yeah.
Another story actually about what's meant to be. When we took her home on the Sunday, on Monday we took her to the vets, get microchips, get another vaccine. And it turns out her original name was Dobby. Dobby. When she was born, they called her Dobby.
Wait, but Ted, they're not going to get why you fucking hell. Dobby is a mad thing.
Because me and Anto always reference Dobby.
Because they love Harry Potter.
They love
Remember
Harry
we
Potter.
were saying?
And Anto does this thing where it's like, Dobby is free. But he does it so high pitched. Anytime he does it, I piss myself laughing. It's just so funny. So I seen that in the vet and I was like, her name when she was born was Dobby.
Yeah.
But then obviously as the weeks went on, the owners, original owners, started to get to know her, ended up calling her Lady.
Okay.
But me and Anto didn't like that, so we were like, Mila.
Yeah.
So
I love
on
Mila.
you. And yeah, that's the story of how we got.
So when are they
Mila
going
tequila.
When are we going to see Mila? When are they going to see her? Maybe not next week because we're going to be in
next week. We're filming Harrogate.
We're going over
In
to our
office.
UK office.
It's a very exciting trip, actually. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm so excited. I love going over.
So we're going to do our next episode there, and the week after, maybe.
Yeah,
I can't remember the schedule.
Are we in Italy the week after?
No,
Bologna the week after that.
I think it's the week after that.
Okay,
we've Cosmoprof.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the week after.
Yeah,
cool.
Also be a really good episode.
Yeah,
because we're going to split that up over the week.
Next week.
Italia. Yeah,
or Italy.
In Italy.
Sorry, yeah. Will Harrogate be a 3-part episode or 2?
2, I think.
It's 3.
Possibly 3.
Yeah,
if not 2.
Yeah.
We're
going to break them up so you can.
Goes.
We're going to do one like in the hotel, in our office,
so we can keep you guys updated on
the trip,
how it's going, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, why don't we do some sisterly advice?
Yes.
Okay.
A sister advice time. Okay. So we have our dilemma of the week.
Okay, so hey girls, loving the new podcast.
Aww.
Excuse. I'm really torn right now. As an influencer, I love to share every aspect of my life with my audience. However, I'm in a relationship with someone who values privacy, and I'm worried that oversharing might hurt our trust. How can I be authentic and engaging on social media without compromising my personal boundaries or upsetting my partner? I'd love your sisterly advice.
Ooh,
that's interesting.
That's a good one. Yeah, hit home a little bit there. The first thing that comes to mind is
don't
what?
Don't share.
No. Yeah. What? No, like you're right. Hey, yeah, you're good. Oh, she's good. Okay, so
don't share. I think something that we've both learned is a private life is a happy life. After we've completely spilled our guts on this podcast. But we are very private now online. Well, especially me.
Yeah, you definitely are.
You're probably, you share more.
I definitely share more, yeah.
I think that goes as well with the protecting myself.
Probably, yeah.
That all feeds into it. And like now I would never show, if I was ever in a relationship again, which I'm sure I will be one day.
Yeah.
Like I would never show him.
Yeah. But there's so many influencers out there who would always talk about their husbands or partners,
but never show them.
Would never show them. Yeah. So you can do that. You can talk about all your amazing memories and we just did this today or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But not actually show their faces. And that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it really just depends on what you as a couple feel comfortable to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just feel like, just be aware that way if you ever break up, the whole world's gonna know.
Yeah. Well, it's never happening. Okay, Anthony.
No, I wasn't saying that to you. Obviously,
no, you're right though.
You're never going to break up. I was talking about the girl.
Yeah. Well, that's very true. Yeah, it's good advice.
I think just to be aware that, like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking negatively that, like, she's going to break up with him. That's a negative way to think. God, I'm so negative. Help.
Negative Nancy. No, but it is a protective thing. And, each to their own, and respect your partner's boundaries. Don't, just because you want it doesn't mean
he does.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Because, like, if you really want this and really want to show your life, talk to him.
Yeah. Communicate.
It
all comes back to
communicate. It's so important.
Yeah.
Because maybe if you talk to him and told him, look, this is really important for me.
Yeah.
It would be kind of weird that he was still like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't want to.
Leave me alone.
I don't know. You can definitely look at it from both ways, can't you?
Yeah, 100%.
It's all about, I think that's another thing with relationships. It's not just seeing it from your side. You're not just right.
Respect your partner.
It's respect your partner and respect their opinions and that they have a valid opinion.
Yeah.
Because they absolutely do.
Yeah.
And like your way of thinking isn't the only way of thinking.
No.
You know, you have to, that's something like that I've definitely learned as well, to just be open to like other people's way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting too when you're open to that and they explain it to you. It's so interesting. Do you know what? I didn't see it like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's so true.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, that was a what? A deep episode.
Yeah, very deep.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
But no, yeah, lots of hurdles along the way to where we are now. But
yeah,
that's
for
part
sure.
of life.
Yeah, and there'll be more.
There will.
It's not plain sailing. That's another thing you have to.
Yes. The highs and lows of life.
Yeah, and when you're in a good relationship, you're willing to go through all them hurdles together.
Yeah.
Because a life isn't just fucking. No. And if it was, it'd be so boring. But when you love someone and when you're like in it for the long haul, you do everything together and you get through everything together.
Yeah. And also, just a side note as well, when the bad times are happening, they obviously feel like the world is over.
Yeah.
You feel like shit. It's like never going to get better.
Yeah.
I guarantee you in a couple of years, you'll look back and you'll laugh with your friends about it.
Yeah.
You'll look at them like this.
Yeah.
Remember that time.
Yeah.
And you'll just wet yourself laughing.
But it's so hard, isn't it? Like, it's so hard
at the time.
yeah. to see that.
Yeah.
But it is so true.
Yeah, it's important to remember that.
Yeah. I remember saying that to you about one of your people. I remember saying, in a few years, you're going to look back at this and be like, what the hell?
Yeah, and it's so true.
And it is true, isn't it? Now you do. So never worry. If you're in a bad relationship or a bad time, it will pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what's important? Your friends and family.
Yes.
And letting them know.
Mm-hmm.
Communication.
Communication.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's so important in all aspects of life.
I know. Well, thank you for
Even your phone is beeping like there's no mañana.
Okay, well, thank you for listening to episode 4. We'll be back next week on Thursday for
episode 5.
Episode 5
in
Heartbreak. Thanks so much, guys.